Now my session is going on. First of all, we can go for the mechanical advantage. The first thing is you should learn about the mechanical advantage. Can you say anyone about the mechanical advantage? Do you know about a mechanical advantage? One more topic is left, that is nothing but mechanical advantage. Transmission angle is there, and also you should know about effort and also efficiency. All these topics we have to learn. For this only, I'm saying about the first topic is mechanical advantage. What do you mean by mechanical advantage? Do you know? What do you mean by mechanical advantage? Is guys anyone? Anyone please? Anyone please? Do you know about the mechanical advantage?
Ratio of load and effort.
Very good, very good. Simply, it is a ratio of, what do you mean? It is a ratio of, what is the ratio? It is a ratio of whatever the load lifted to the effort applied. Load lifted to the effort applied. That means simply we can say here, like if I'm taking a car, see here, let's suppose if I want to lift this car, what I have to do? Something is happened. I want to lift this car. What I have to do here? Can I apply some screw jack? By applying a screw jack, I can lift it up. Okay, I can lift it up. Here, the mechanical advantage is nothing but whatever the load is lifted, here, that is nothing but we can say the effort applied. That means if I am taking a screw jack, whatever the turns, how many turns it will be happened. That means whatever the effort you are taking here, that means the pitch. Okay, the screw which I am doing the revolutions of this. I mean the you are putting effort on a screw jack, then the load will be lifted up. The load will be lifted up. Is it okay, guys? Now you got it. This is about the mechanical advantage, and we can see here that it is nothing but the mechanical advantage MA is equal to, I can say, W by P. W by P. What is W here? W is nothing but the load lifted, and P is nothing but effort applied. Whatever the effort you are applied here. This is nothing but you can say about a mechanical advantage. Is it okay, guys? Say so, no? Now I
Yes,
can
sir.
go for the mechanical advantage regarding force. That means in terms of output and input. In terms of output and input. Now I can go for a force that it is the force of output. The output force by input force. I can write it like this also. If I'm taking a force of the mechanical advantage, that is nothing but we can say output of the force to the input of the force. If I'm taking a torque in terms of torque and I mean output and input, like I can say here that is equal to torque output by torque input, torque output by torque input, and also we can write it like a load by effort. We can write it like load by effort. Whatever the load you are taking here, that is whatever the effort you are applied, then the load will be lifted up. That is the thing. And also one more thing here, in terms of angular velocity, we have to say about the angular velocity. That means whatever the angular velocity I'm taking here, that is nothing but omega input by omega input by omega output. Omega input by omega output. This is about the mechanical advantage. Mechanical advantage. Now, sir, you are saying all these things, it is okay. You are saying all these things, it is okay. But whenever in our chapter we are having some velocity, then how can you define? Then how can you define? That is a question, right now. Now we can say here that is nothing but we can take whether it is in a linear motion or else in a rotational motion. You are having two types of motions here. One is regarding linear, the second one is rotation. Okay, one is linear, the second one is rotation. Whenever I want to consider a linear motion, then how the formula it will be prepared. Okay, now that is the thing I'm placing here. Just check it. Just write down the mechanical advantage. The mechanical advantage, the thing of like in types of velocity. It means velocity input by velocity of output into the mechanical efficiency. I can say the mechanical efficiency. This is called as the mechanical advantage with respect to velocity and also efficiency. This is about the linear motion. I can say linear motion. In taking rotational motion, then you can replace the velocity with omega. Is it okay, guys? Is it okay? Do you got it now? Yes or no? I'm writing here, just write down. The mechanical advantage is equal to omega.
Sir, your voice is not audible, sir. Sir, your voice is not audible, sir. You talking, but not audible.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Guys, am I audible now?
Yes,
Hello.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Recording has started or not? Is there? Okay. Do you understand about it, right? I think so. This is about the linear motion. If I'm saying about the relay, I mean the linear motion, you should talk about the velocity, velocity input by velocity output into the mechanical efficiency. If I am talking about the mechanical advantage of the rotational motion, then you have to consider angular velocity. Angular velocity of input by angular velocity of output into the mechanical efficiency. This is called as the mechanical advantage among the rotational motion and also the linear motion. Whether it is clear, guys? You got it now?
Yes, sir.
Now I can go for the second one. A simple question, like a gate question I'm asking now. See here. A simple question I'm asking here. This is fixed support I'm taking this. If I have added a piston, there is a motion which it is like this. Now my question is, what is the mechanical advantage? What is the mechanical advantage for this? Whether it is have to consider in a linear motion or else in a rotational motion. First of all, you should think about that. Okay, how it is moving, how it is, when output is equal to 0. Why? Because there is no rotational moment. For that, you have to say that it will be 0. Now, what is the mechanical advantage here? What is the mechanical advantage? Mechanical advantage is equal to W input by W output. W input by W output. Then you got simply be infinity. Guys, whether it is okay or not. Can I go for the next topic? Can I go for the next topic? Velocity ratio. Have you noted down? Is it okay? Guys, am I audible? There is no reply from you.
Audible, sir.
Okay. Now coming to the second case, I have to go for velocity ratio. I have to go for velocity ratio. What do you mean by velocity ratio here? How can you say velocity ratio? It is also a ratio. It is also a ratio. Distance moved by the effort means the distance moved by the effort to the corresponding distance moved by the load applied. Okay, that means it is a ratio of the distance moved by effort by distance applied. That means whatever the distance moved by the effort to the distance moved by the load applied. I can write simply. This will be noted as the velocity ratio is equal to. We can write it like the velocity ratio is equal to simply capital D by small d. Capital D by small d. Okay, is it okay, guys? This is nothing but a velocity ratio. That means that is equal to 2 pi L by P. 2 pi L by P. What is 2 pi L by P? P is nothing but a pitch of the screw and 2 pi L. That means it comes so the rotation, whatever the rotation considered, that is what I have taken here. This is 2 pi L. 2 pi L. Okay. Also, whatever the load is moved, whatever the load is moved up, that is called as velocity ratio. That is called as velocity ratio. Is it okay, guys? Is it okay? P is nothing but a pitch screw.
Yes, sir.
2 pi L is nothing but distance moved by the screw, turning screw. Turning screw. Okay. Next, coming to the efficiency. How can you discuss about efficiency? Efficiency. Here, how can you call it an efficiency? How can you call an efficiency? So many times we have discussed about an efficiency. What is it? How can you define an efficiency? Yes, guys.
Output by input, sir.
Very good. Output by input. Efficiency is equal to always. We can say that it is output by input. Yeah. But always you have to say like, don't say always output by input. Okay. You have to use a machine. That means useful work done by the machine. That means useful work done by the machine to the work expanded on machine. Is it okay? Is it okay? Useful work done by the machine to, what is that? Whatever the useful work done by the machine to,
Work expanded by machine.
yes, work expanded by the machine. That it is called as efficiency. We can call it as a efficiency. So suppose if I am taking an input, that is equal to, I can write it like simply P into D. What is P into D? What is P into D here? What is P into D?
Power into distance.
No. This is effort applied by the pitch into whatever the distance is moved, right? That means I can write it like effort applied into distance moved by effort. Distance moved by effort. Effort applied into the distance moved by effort, which it is called as, I have taken as a input. I have taken as a input. And coming to the second one, which is nothing but output. The second one, which is nothing but output. Coming to this output, how can you write here? The output is equal to, I can write it like W into D. W into D, small d. I write it like small d. W into D, that is nothing but, how can you write? The load lifted into distance moved by the load. Distance moved by the load. See here. That means now I can write simply whatever the efficiency, that is equal to P into D by W into D. W into D. The formula is looking like this is nothing but an input. The effort applied into distance moved by the effort, and also output is equal to the load lifted into distance moved by the load. Why I am considering the case like in a screw jack. I'm taking the case like in a screw jack. For that, I can write it like this. And here, which is nothing but, it is looking like a mechanical advantage and also the velocity ratio. See the things which it is possible. If you can see here, is it okay? Output by input, right? Output means W into D by input means P into D. Already you know mechanical advantage is equal to, what do you mean by mechanical advantage? What is the mechanical advantage here? Guys, what do you mean by mechanical advantage? Mechanical advantage. You should talk about mechanical advantage right now. Yes, here the load lifted to the effort applied. That's it. Whatever the load lifted to the effort applied. If I am applying effort on it, then the load will be lifted. That's it, na? That means the load lifted to the effort applied. That means W by P. I can write it like W by P. And also one more thing. One more thing here. What do you mean by a velocity ratio? What do you mean by velocity ratio?
Capital T by small d.
Yes, capital D by small d. That means capital D means whatever the distance moved by the effort to the whatever the distance moved by the load. To the distance moved by the load. Antena? Is it okay? That means in a screw jack, if the screw is moving, the turning screw is moving in a one rotation, that is the effort applied, then the load will be lifted up. Then the load will be lifted up. That is the condition for the velocity ratio D by D. Here I can write it like, see here, I'm writing it like W by D, W by D into simply capital D by D into capital D by D. Then I can write it like
W by P, sir.
Sorry. Okay. And here I can write it like simply, this is nothing but mechanical advantage by D by D is velocity ratio, which it is called as efficiency. This is a relation among these three. Mechanical advantage, the second one is velocity ratio, and also the efficiency. The efficiency is equal to mechanical advantage by velocity ratio. Is it okay, guys? Now you got it?
Yes, sir.
If you want to write it down, you can write it. No problem at all. Or else, can I erase this part? Can I go for the next part? How to say about the transmission angle? How to say about the transmission angle? Before that, I have to say about the toggle positions, how the toggle positions will be there, and all this how can we set it out. That is what first of all we'll discuss, and after that we can go for the transmission angle. The left topic is only one topic is that is nothing but a transmission angle. That is what I have discussed here. I want to discuss here. Okay. Can I erase this one?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now see here the toggle positions in a 4-bar mechanism. Sir, in this 4-bar mechanism, how can you set it a toggle position? Simply, how can you put it as toggle position? That is nothing but we can say it is a extreme positions of the opposite link. These are extreme positions of the opposite link, which is acting as a rocker mechanism. Which is acting as a rocker in 4-bar mechanism. Rocker in 4-bar mechanism. That is nothing but if you can see the diagram here, I will say. Now say to me, which one is called as crank? This is a fixed part. We know this is a fixed part.
Shortest length.
Yes, exactly. Shortest length. And here we are giving some input. This is nothing but a crank. This is nothing but a crank. And coming to this one, how can you call this one? It is called as a coupler. It is called as a coupler. And coming to this one, this is only called as rocker. Rocker. Jason, yes, whether it is okay or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. No.
Yes, sir.
Now, how can you got the output here? How can you, if I'm some input to here, if I'm giving crank which it is moving, the crank is moving like this, okay, and we got the output at here. In the rocker itself, some output will come like this. Some oscillation will be happen. Yes or no? Right? Because while the crank is rotating like this, it will oscillate like this. It will oscillate like this. In the rocker mechanism, it will oscillate like this. In between the coupler and locker, you are having some transmission angle. We'll discuss later. We'll discuss later. Before that, it is having theta is here. In between the fixed link, and the crank, you are having theta. In between the crank and coupler, you are having some beta. In between the crank and coupler, you are having beta. And the third one, in between the coupler and the rocker, you are having transmission angle, which is denoted with mu or delta, whatever it will be, which it will be mu or delta. That is called as a transmission angle. Yes or no? Now, just write down. It is a extreme positions. It is the extreme positions of the opposite link. It's the extreme positions of the opposite link which is acting on a rocker, which is acting on a rocker in 4-bar mechanism, which is acting as a rocker in a 4-bar mechanism. Is it okay, guys? Is it okay? Now coming to here, what is the mechanical advantage? Can you say in terms of torque? That means torque output by torque input. See, sir, torque output by torque input. Guys, whether it is okay or not?
Yes, sir.
What is the work output here? What is the work output here? This is the output, right? This is the input and this is the output. What is the output here? What is the output?
Rocker is oscillating, sir.
Oscillating. Then we can write work output is equal to 0. Can I put it as 0? And what about the input here? Just write down the mechanical advantage. That is nothing but the mechanical advantage is equal to, if output is 0, 0 by anything is equal to 0 by anything is equal to
0.
0, sir.
0. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
0 by anything is equal to 0. But anything by 0 is equal to
Infinity.
Infinity.
infinity. That means if you are giving input here, if you are giving input, something is there, and the output will be 0. If you are giving, I can say the simple thing like if I am fixing, now this is nothing but an inversion. You know the inversion, right? See, Sarnam? The shortest length which I am fixed here, the longest length is moving. The longest length is moving. See, Sarnam? This is nothing but we can call it as a rocker mechanism. What can you call? A rocker mechanism. See, Sarnam? Guys, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Now, if I am taking the shortest length will be fixed. If I am taking the second, the shortest length will be fixed, and the remaining two are moving, which is opposite to it. That means the position will be like this. The position will be like this. Then you can say here only the oscillation will be happened. Here two circles will be happened. Here, see here. Why? Because this is one crank. This is crank rocker mechanism. The first one is called as crank rocker mechanism. Crank rocker mechanism. But coming to here, this is also having some rotation. That means here one crank will be there. Here also one crank will be there. Here one crank will be there. Here also one crank will be there. That's why we can call it as a double crank mechanism. How can you call? Double crank mechanism. Now you understand about it, right? These are all nothing but a toggle positions. We have to set it down, the toggle positions like this. Say so, no, guys, whether it is okay?
Okay, sir.
This is called as inversion. I've taken a shortest length will be fixed here, and the remaining all are moving. This is the shortest length. See here. This is the shortest length. In the first mechanism, this is the shortest length, and the remaining are moving. This is a fixed length. This is a fixed length. Okay, and this will be longer. We can call it as a longer length. Now we'll go on for the transmission angle in a 4-bar mechanism. Before that, I can go for a cosine law. How can you define a cosine law? Then we can go for the next remaining. Okay. First of all, I will define a cosine law. After that, we can go for it. This is very important. How can you define a cosine law? How can you define a cosine law? Before that, if I'm taking a right angle triangle, if I'm taking a right angle triangle, in a cosine law, we are having a normal triangle. We are having a normal triangle. But whenever, if I'm doing for a right angle triangle, right angled triangle, then I can apply some Pythagoras theorem. Say so, no guys? I can apply Pythagoras theorem.
Yes, sir.
I can apply Pythagoras theorem here. Pythagoras theorem. Why? Because whenever the right angle triangle will be there, that means here if I am putting some angle, that will be theta, whatever it will be. Suppose this is A and this is B, this is C. Or suppose this is A, this is B, this is C. If I can write it like whatever. What do you call? Hypotenuse square is equal to, in the Pythagoras theorem always, hypotenuse square is equal to side square plus side square. Say so, no? Side square plus side square. So c square is equal to a square plus b square. C square is equal to, I can write a square plus b square. Okay. But in the cosine rule, I have taken a normal triangle. And also this, it will be very helpful in transmission angle. For that all I am saying. Okay. I would name it as A, B, and also C. A, B, C. Okay. Here the angle will be here. This is alpha. I've named it as alpha. And also name the positions like A, B, C. Name the positions like A, B, C. Is it okay, guys? Is it okay? Say sir, no, is it okay?
Yes, sir.
And now, whatever the opposite angle, opposite edge will be there. Here, this is the angle I've taken. Opposite edge. This is the opposite edge. I can written like a square is equal to what about the remaining sides? This is B and this is C. That means B square plus C square minus 2 into BC cos alpha. Is it okay? This is opposite edge. And also this is opposite angle. Opposite edge to the opposite angle. Or else angle, you can call it as an angle. Simple. This is about the cosine law. Is it okay? Whenever the normal triangle I am taking here, always you should mention this is nothing but an alpha. Then if I am taking here, this will be as alpha. Then this will be the opposite edge. Okay, now for here it will be, this is the opposite edge. This will be the opposite edge. Then I can write it like a square is equal to b square plus c square minus 2bc cos alpha. This is nothing but an opposite edge, and this is nothing but an angle which I have taken. Can I go for the transmission angle now? Guys, whether it is okay?
Yes, sir.
Can I go for the transmission angle?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I can go for the transmission angle. See here. Transmission angle in a 4-bar mechanism. How it will be in a slider crank mechanism and also how it will be in a 4-bar mechanism. That is what we should know first of all. We should know the transmission angle in a 4-bar mechanism and also in a slider crank mechanism. In a slider crank mechanism. See here. Now say to me simply. Now say to me. I'll draw the diagram here. See here. The same diagram I am drawing. The same diagram I am taking here. This is A. This is B. This is C. And this is D. This is D. This will be as the fixed link. And here, this will be called as crank, having an angle of theta, and also here, it is nothing but an beta, and it will be called as coupler or connecting rod. Coupler or connecting rod. Okay. And coming to here, this will be called as a fixed link. This will be called as crank, and this is called as a coupler. And what about this link?
Rocker.
Exactly, rocker. You can say this is called as a rocker. Exactly. What is the angle here? Mu. Mu, or you can say delta. You can denote it like mu or delta. Mu or delta. Sir, you are saying that in a 4-bar mechanism, the transmission angle you are showing, but what about in a slider crank mechanism? How can you show it in a slider crank mechanism? How it is possible? Now see here that it is nothing but I can draw a crank and also coupler here. See here guys, this is a crank you are having. This is a crank you are having in a slider crank mechanism. I am saying in a slider crank. And sir, you are saying this is nothing but a theta. This is nothing but a theta. Okay. And this is nothing but a beta, you know. And what about transmission angle? What about the transmission angle here? This is the transmission angle, which it is having some perpendicular on it. Piston, and also this is called as, this is a crank, and this is called as a coupler or connecting rod. In between the connecting rod and also perpendicular distance to the piston, which it is having an angle that is called as a transmission angle. In a slider crank mechanism, it is very clear that this is a crank and this is a coupler and this is nothing but a piston, right? piston or a cylinder, whatever you can take right here. And here, which it is, the angle is perpendicular to it. Coupler and also angle is perpendicular to it. In between the angle, which it produces, that is called as mu or the transmission angle. This is about in a slider crank mechanism. In a slider crank mechanism. But coming to this 4-bar mechanism, in a 4-bar mechanism, you can see this is nothing but a crank, this is a coupler, and this is a rocker. And this is a rocker. This is a fixed link. In between the fixed link and a crank, you are having angle theta. In between the coupler and crank, you are having beta. And in between the coupler and also rocker, the angle is mu. This is nothing but a transmission angle. This is nothing but a transmission angle. Say yes or no, guys? Whether it is okay? Guys, whether it is okay? This is input and this is output, right?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand this part or not? Some more derivation is there. Have to do some derivation. Okay, can I go? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Guys, whether it is okay? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Tomorrow we can go for the derivation and remaining things. Okay. Wait for a minute. I will take the attendance. I'll just post the attendance. Before that, I want to close the session. Stop recording. Okay.